Hi class. Okay, so let's explore the library. So the first thing we have to do is know how to find the library. So if you go to the menu on the left and you scroll down, we are going to go to National University Support. So click on that, and then if you scroll down on that page, you will have the library. So we're going to click on the library. Now, when we get there, we have a lot of options. We can use this basic search feature, or if we know that we want to find an article, we can click on Find Articles. If we know that we want to look at a specific database, we can go there. For instance, let's say you wanted to find financial statements. Um, I know that they are in Hoover's database, so I would go down here and I would look for Hoover's database. So I can go to a specific place, like for instance, I'll just look at all of them to show you. EBSCO is for articles that have to do with particular industries. EBSCO and ProQuest are where you're going to find most of the articles that you're going to use in this class. So you could limit it to just those two. The advantage of limiting your search to one database or two is that it takes a shorter time for it to cycle through. But if you go down here, it's like accounting and tax. This is where FASB, GASB, ISB is. Same with humanities. If you, let's say, my husband, he was doing his undergraduate degree and most everything he used was an EBSCOhost, and then he had to do the sustainability class and we had to look up some health stuff, and so, I'm like, oh wait, I think there's a database for that. So we went and found the database. Oh, here's a librarian. So you can type in here. By the way, the librarian is actually paid to help you find information. They're a wonderful resource. Okay, so I'm going to make it simple. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go back to the beginning where we can just put in a search. And one of the things that we were talking about was we were talking about how to find information on Fifo, right? First in, first out. So I'm just going to put in here, just for the fun of it, FIFO. And I hit enter. All right, now it pulls up a ton of stuff. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to limit what I'm looking at. So if I go over here to the left, I can say, okay, I want peer-reviewed journals only. So I'm going to click that. Well, that didn't limit it a lot. I still have over 1,000, right? So I can also fix my date. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to say, I'm really looking for something more recent. So I really want to just go within the last, like 5 years. And then I'll click on Refine. Okay, so now I've limited the amount of articles that I have. Strategies for FIFO parents. I wonder what that is. Okay, so now I'm looking at that. I'm seeing, well, a lot of this doesn't have to do with accounting. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to say instead, let's talk about, try FIFO inventory. All right, so now I'm looking, oh, okay. I'm going to change it to peer-reviewed articles again. I wish it held this, but it doesn't. I'm going to go ahead and move all the way up here to, 2011. All right, now we have it narrowed down some. And I could even go as far as, okay, I only want articles. And I'm not really interested in studies. I really want accounting policies and procedures, right? And then I could even go here. Okay, so here the databases are. I could limit the databases that I'm interested in. I'm not really worried about authors. So now I've got a pretty decent list. So now I can start with these. So now let's say, okay, the impact of inventory valuation methods on corporate financial reports. Oh, converting financial statements from US GAAP to IFRS, switching to LIFO. Okay, so the impact of inventory valuation methods on corporate financial reports. Okay, that could be interesting. So I'm going to click on the article. And I'm not used to this database. I'm used to the one at my school. So I pull up the article and it gives you a description. And then I can print it. Oh, so here's one thing I wanted to show you, and I still need to show you how to find the article. But if you want the citation, if you go over here to Actions, On any article you can use citation, and it's automatically set as a default with APA 6th edition, which is actually what we use. This is the citation. Um, I quite often will print the article and I will copy and paste this and print it with the article. But you can also, select citation text and I put it on a separate Word doc after and then staple them together so that I have it like right there, right? Okay, so that's how to find the citation. So now view it. So open source in a new window. Full text available from ProQuest Central. Full text available at Free eJournals. ProQuest is like already in our library, so I think I'd rather go there. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to do this again because now I have to find my, oh wait, you might, 6-digit, month, month, day, day, year, year, 122066. I don't know if it'll let me in as faculty. I've never tried this. Oh, good. How embarrassing if I couldn't get in. Yeah, we can save my password. Okay, so here's the full text for the PDF. Here's the full text. Where is the full text? I'm waiting. This is not as easy as my library to use. There we go. All right, so it's pulled up the article. So now I can look through this article. I've read the abstract. When you're looking at these articles, there's a lot in them that's not going to make a lot of sense, but you can skim the parts that do make sense. Okay, so then I've pulled that up. It's like, I'm thinking, well, maybe that's too much stuff. So I'm going to go back here to the library, and let's try FIFO inventory management or costing. Let's try that. Still limited, peer reviewed only. Okay, so now, oh, the case of inventory control, inventory counting, switch, and uncertainty. Inventory can get complicated. So I'm going to kind of scan through optimal choice between FIFO and LIFO. Oh, that could be interesting. So I'm going to read this, read the description. It's like, okay, I kind of like that. Click on view it.
Finish this tomorrow. I'm done with the first thing.
And here we go. Here's the next one. So I can kind of look through it and see what I think of it. You can print them. I can usually print a whole bunch in no period of time at all. Like let's say instead of inventory, let's say you were looking at international accounting standards. So you wanted to put in IFRS versus GAAP. Search. And see, that starts at 2005 because IFRS didn't really exist much before then. And look, peer-reviewed journals, there's already only 9 of them. Lower of cost or market, inventory valuation. So a lot of differences in IFRS, and you could say it's all in the keywords, just like it used to be. in the regular library when you looked in the card catalog, if you're old enough to remember that. We could do business entities, advantages of different business entities. And I'm going to say peer-reviewed journals. Tell it refine. I don't really want studies. We can go with the ProQuest database. Okay, this isn't really working. So see how I can look at it and say, okay, that's not really working, but if I wanted, so I can do here partnership or corporation or legal entities. Partnership or corporation. Has to catch up with me. Told it peer reviewed only. Refine. Okay, so now I can look here like legal and tax considerations for choosing the form of business, if that's something that you're looking at. And so it's all in finding the right keyword. And then again, when you have this, like let's say you want to look at this, you could view it. In actions, you can say, give me the citation in APA 6th edition. So that's easy, that's done. And you can say, you know, open source in a new window. It pulls up the article. You can print the article and go back and look for the next thing and figure out exactly what it is you want to keep. Okay, now let's look at something else. In the library, you can have your account.
You need to put ice in the jar.
There's usually a place where we can save it. Temporary items may only be saved permanently if you... Okay, so you can, when you go through the items, after you have signed... Okay, so when you're going through the items, let's say we looked at, you know, this article. So we got here, and let's say that you wanted to save it. Sorry, I haven't done this in oh, here you go. Click that. All right, when you click on the little star, that is going to put it, you can then put it into your eShelf. So now if I go to eShelf, those are my articles. If I want to permanently save them for a future search, or just like I want to do some research now and I'm not done, so I want to do the rest later, I can go over here and I can sign in. You know what? Did it sign me in? Oh, good. Because I'm like, I don't remember. So I signed in, and now what happens is now they're not in my temporary basket. Now they're actually in my basket. So the nice thing about this is if I leave and I come back later, I can go back to that basket and those items are still there. So you can do your search in bits and pieces and you can save what you want. And then, you know, if you want to get rid of some of them, you know, it's like, oh, I don't want that one anymore. I can go up here and I can delete it. Or I can click on it and I can print it. I can email it to myself. So, so you have a lot of different options there. So you can save searches as you go through also. Okay, so that is a general introduction. I'm sorry it was a little choppy. I actually haven't used the National Library before because I always used the one at the school where I was getting my doctorate. But play with this because once you figure this out, it is so much faster and it gives you quality information.